we're going to go to Auburn. We got Jeffrey Lee from Auburn Live. Jeffrey Lee, we had 5 stars on campus at Auburn. Let's start with Emmanuel Nacho, the 6'8", 5-star out of the DMV, number 2 rated offensive tackle in America. And Auburn's kind of had their foot in the door with this one. Are they ready to kick the door open with Nacho yet? Oh, you're muted, Jeff.
That's how my wife likes me. Yeah, they're trying like hell to kick the door in. I just don't know that they're making as much progress as they would like. He was very honest. I really loved his transparency when he left his visit earlier today. He said, listen, Oregon and LSU are in a tier by themselves, and then underneath that, you've got Auburn and Penn State. I think this visit was big, though, because he wants to come back. He's going to announce his commitment August the 5th. I absolutely expect it to be Oregon, maybe LSU, but Oregon looking good. But he wants to come back. He even said, afterwards that it's not over until December. So he's going to keep looking at Auburn, kind of keeping them in the picture. But it's going to be tough for Auburn to get him down and sign him away from the likes of Oregon and LSU, at least as it stands right now, Josh.
Okay. Are you at home in your war room, or are you on campus right now?
We are. I'm in the recruitment lounge.
Oh, nice. That'd be a cool man cave at your house.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. So we got boots on the ground. We had boots on the ground in Gainesville, now on the plane. So Jeffrey Lee from Auburn Live, who did Auburn make a move on this weekend?
I mean, I'm going to tell you, Josh, they made some moves. I really think they did. I really think they made a move with several of guys. I'm going to start with 4-star offensive tackle Claude Puma. He's from Chicago. He came down for, I think, his 2nd or 3rd visit to Auburn. His family was with him. I really feel like Auburn's making some noise with him. I know Wisconsin, Nebraska, Florida's in there with them as well. But I really like where Auburn stands after this weekend with Claude Puma. Another guy I think Auburn's in a very, very good spot for is J.C. Anderson, the 4-star tight end from Iowa. He's come down for 4 or 5 visits. He brought his entire family with him this weekend. I feel like it's Auburn or Ole Miss. He's got an official visit scheduled to North Carolina next weekend. I don't think he takes that. I actually think he might be getting close to a decision. And if so, I think it's Auburn or Ole Miss. He visited Ole Miss, I think, last weekend. Another guy, Eric Perry, kind of an unknown guy. He's a quarterback in Mississippi, but Auburn loves him at running back. And they brought him in for an official visit this weekend. He left with Auburn number 1. I think he could be getting close to a decision. I really like Auburn with him. Nolan Wilson, Josh, is another dude, 4-star defensive lineman from Mississippi. He visited Alabama last weekend. He left there saying, Alabama's number 1. And this weekend, we asked him, did that change anything? And he said, yes, Auburn changed something. He said, I feel like they're tied at the top. So he's got Auburn and Alabama at the top for him. Marquez Daniels, another guy I think Auburn is in it with. Auburn and Florida. Jace Matthews, another guy, 4-star wide receiver. I think Auburn, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, some of the schools in it for him. But I feel like Auburn made a lot of big moves this weekend and got a lot of big return, a lot of good exit interviews, a lot of good quotes from these guys.
Yeah, and there might not be commitments today or tomorrow, but some of these guys on campus will end up being Tigers. And I was on Auburn Live this morning. I was looking at some of these visit weekends that are lined up. Like, this isn't the only visit weekend for Auburn. So are there more big visits to come?
Oh yeah, they've had really good weekends. They've just kind of been overshadowed because some of these bigger schools, at least when at this time, they're having bigger weekends. They're getting commitments. They're top 5 in the class. Auburn, I think, with this class for the first time since Hugh Freeze has been here, I think this class they're taking more of a wait and see approach as it comes to they could sell the future, they could sell the potential, where the direction of the program was headed, or where they wanted to take it these past 2 classes. I think they've got to the point now where they've got to sell some results on the field. The kids are wanting to see some results, and so I think this class, apart from any of the others since Hugh Freeze has gotten to be head coach, is going to be more dependent on what these guys do in the fall. I think a lot of these kids are making decisions this later in the summer, may not go Auburn's way, but I think a lot of these kids are waiting to see what Auburn does in the fall. I think flip season is going to be more exciting for Auburn than commitment season.
That makes sense, because once the games get played, if Auburn gets a couple wins, some of these guys that are on the fence are going to jump on board. All right, before I let you go, I've been looking at photo shoots from around the country. Oregon really stepping their game up. But this was a photo taken at Auburn last week. Jeff, this looks like a Windows 95 commercial. What's going on here? Are these the Auburn official visit photos?
They are. That's one of the few backgrounds that they have. They've got some really sharp looking backgrounds. Where this one came from, I do not know. I'm almost 50, Josh, so I'm kind of out of the social, the fad. What's going on? I don't know if this is like a play off a Roblox or
Right. Yeah. Maybe we're missing it, Jeff.
I'm definitely missing it because I just don't get it.
All right, Auburn fans, tell us what we're missing. Why are those clouds with the blue background? We got to be missing something. Auburn fans, let us know. Comment section below. All right, Auburn Live has a ton of intel on it coming out of the weekend. Jeffrey Lee, thanks for stopping by the Inside Scoop.
Absolutely, Josh. Love the show, man. Thanks a lot.
All
for
right.
having me.